Welcome back. This Breast Cancer Awareness Month, Bahamasair isn't just flying passengers, it's flying hope, care, and awareness. Today, we're joined by Nishan Roll, Marketing Executive at Bahamasair, as well as Caroline Demerit from the Finance Department, who is also a survivor. We're also joined by Yvette Williams of the Sister Sister Breast Cancer Support Group. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Bahamas at Sunrise. So we know that this is an extremely important and extremely, unfortunately, prevalent cause within our community. And we're so excited to see Bahamasair doing their part to give back. Nishan, tell us a little bit about Bahamasair's Breast Cancer Awareness Month initiative.
Good morning, and thank you for having me. Bahamasair, as you know, leading national fly carrier, we thought it necessary to have just not a branded presence, but also a strong support system with our fighters. We are not just an airline, but we're a community, we're a family, and we want to stand in full solidarity to champion the cause that reaches so many of our islands. Of course, October, as we now come to the end, is Breast Cancer Awareness Month globally. As a company, we also decided to make it our business to do internal initiatives, such as the infomercials, such as the Zoom meetings. As recent as Friday, we had a very informative session where our employees got the message, heard the clarion call that, hey, early detection saves lives. Do your mammogram, watch your diet, do your regular screenings, and live a good life.
So important. Obviously, we love to see Corporate Bahamas get involved in causes like this. And I'm sure that this is a very special, intersection for you, as you would have been a survivor. Can you share a little bit about your experience?
Good morning, everybody. Caroline Demerit, survivor from 2011. It was a journey, and I must say, God took me through the journey. Because, like I tell people, I did a mammogram when I did my annual. Every year I run and I do my annual. And to come to find out, after I had my annual done, nothing was found. But months later, something was found. And I was like, but I just had my annual done. What's going on? I ended up stateside to have another check done because I was constantly bleeding and everything else. And when the doctor said, well, we have to do some testing on you, my heart dropped. And I said, okay. And when they came back and said to me, it's not looking good. I said, okay, I was calm. You know, I guess it didn't hit me as yet what was going on. And the doctor came and he said, we have to have surgery done on you. And he said, okay, we're going to set your surgery for March. I said, March? He said, yes, your surgery is going to set for March. I said, no, you can't set my surgery for March. I said, because I have young children. I said, I can't leave my children and have a surgery and leave my children in school and threaten for me. And they said the surgery, I was back in Nassau, and they called and said, but Mr. Merritt, where are you? We're looking for you in surgery. I said, I'm not coming until my children come to school. My doctor said, no, you can't. I said, I'm dead serious. I said it for when my children come to school, and they don't have, because my children were still young, they were still in primary school. I said, I can't have my children worrying and fretting what's going to happen to their mother. I said, because I've seen it done before, where they're in the hospital, I had surgery, and they're walking around that bed up and down. I said, I can't put them through that again. So the minute my children came out of school, July, I went to have the surgery, and my children with me, so they could have seen me and know everything else. And my sister-in-law came with me, my husband came with me before he had to travel. I had the surgery in August, the ending part of July, August. First surgery went well. Weeks later, they did a nut testing and said, we have to go back in and have a procedure done again, because he said, we're still seeing cancer cells in you. I said, fine. So weeks after, I went back into surgery again. And my question was, do I have to take the breast off? Do I have to do this? And he said, no, your breast is fine. It could stay on. I said, okay, fine. But during all this, even with traveling, because I had to do chemo and radiation, there was always somebody I didn't even know would come up to me if I'm on the plane and said, you know, God said you should live and not die to declare the works. I said, oh God, thank you. And I didn't even know the person. And the doctor said, when I'm going through chemo, he said, you're the first person we've had where we've had no issue with you being sick or anything after chemo. He said, what did you do? I said, I don't know. I said, the only thing I used to do a lot was drink. I love soursop. And I found a place in the States that does the soursop juice. And so I used to get that soursop every time I travel. And the coconut water. And he said, whatever you've been doing, continue to do. He said, because whatever it is it have your blood count now going up. And you have, I used to go from a 6-hour chemo. And I said, let me go in the mall and shop. And the doctor said, I said, yeah, I'm not, I don't feel sickly, I don't feel, he said, I said, no, I'm not. And I used to get from chemo every day, and I used to go walk around everything else. And he was like, okay, this lady is handling it well. But the having to do for me, I tell people I went through an experience, and I was like upset at one point because I said, if I'm doing my mammogram, my scan, why did they not find this earlier? And, you know, the doctor states, I said, you know, the blood counts also help. And he said, not the pathway blood count, you need to do a full blood work done when you do your annual. He said, because if your mammogram and scan don't catch it, at least the full blood count work would catch it for everything. And so now I do, if I do my annual, I have to do everything. Full blood count, still a mammogram and a scan. Any abnormal thing, I have to say to them, okay, if this is going on, it's not right, and you need to check it. And so I guess for us as a people, we need to be truthful in what we say to our doctors as well. And I think our doctors here need to give us a full blood count work and not just a pathway. I mean full blood count. So if you don't catch it in a mammogram and a scan, at least your blood work will show it up. But I thank God for the people that he sent around, because my Bahamasair staff, when I go on that plane and I travel, they're there, come on, Karen, we can get you there and we'll take you to the airport. We'll take you to the plane. And when I get on the plane, my flight attendants, the Bahamasair, they're there helping me and put me where I need to be and sit down. And when I get to Miami, the Miami cruise, they're waiting on me and they're taking me through. And do you need this? Do you need that? They were very supportive during that time.
We love just the fact that the Bahamasair team, from the outside in terms of, you know, being a blessing to the community, from the inside in terms of looking after their very own. This story is so encouraging to me. Ms. Williams, I just want to get a word from you about why it's so important for partners like Bahamasair to reach back and to help those who are dealing with this.
One thing I must say I'm happy for is that Bahamasair is such a large corporate entity that they can reach areas that we're not able to. And so because it's Bahamasair is such a large company that they have the platform. And it's good that, I won't say that they have members or they have employees who've had the challenge. And maybe it's because of that that made them even more aware that they need to do in-reach and outreach as well. And so I'm happy that they've decided, even though he's not said yet, so I can spill the beans, that he is going to partner with Sister Breast Cancer Support Group. And it gives us a huge support in that half of what we do is still left untold. Because we just don't deal with, or for a better word, we just don't keep the individual breast cancer person actively involved, but we reach the entire family. Because sometimes we have to be the psychologist, we have to be the psychiatrist, we have to be the doctor and the nurse in the family. Because sometimes, even though the doctor might say to you or speak to the families, they want to hear from somebody who has actually gone through. Yeah. And so that makes a big difference. And so because Bahamasair have employees who have gone through, who will go through, who are here, Mr. Merritt is here to share. And so it's tremendous. It's phenomenal, actually. And I'm glad that they're partnering with us.
And we want to say kudos to the Bahamasair team on this incredible work that you're doing. If somebody wants to take advantage of what you're doing, or I guess to support, is there anything that they can do?
Well, internally, we have a myriad of events going on. This week, of course, now Climax, the breast cancer Awareness Month. So on Friday, we are going to do what we consider Pink Ribbon Day, where every client that enters our sale office will receive a pink ribbon. We will also be adorned in our pink regalia as we climax, as we stand in full support. I like to liken it to the aircrafts from Inagua to Exuma to Long Island to Florida. The wings are not just representing transport, but is representing unity. And we stand in unity with our employees. We stand in unity with our survivors. We're in this fight with them for one goal, and that is to win.
Absolutely. And I'm so pleased to see, fighters winning. Like you said, the best thing for people to see is a survivor, to see that, this does not have to be the end for me and my family. And I'm so encouraged. I'm so proud of Bahamasair, and I'm so proud of you ladies. Thank you for being here to tell us all about it.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
And thank you for watching Bahamas at Sunrise. We'll be right back.